This video is brought to you by Ravenscraft Realty of Northeast Missouri.
Putting on anhydrous. It's February 27th. 78 degrees today, so it's early, but hey, it's warm. Going on good. So that we can get done ahead of time. Early like this is a bonus. Over here in Illinois at Fall Creek, we're actually closing an overpass there first of next week, so we're trying to get everything done over here we can. So we have to contend with that. Back in the 510. It's first use. Since we have the engine put in it, we're gonna put it to the test and make sure everything works right.
So today's job is replace the valve cover gaskets on the 92 Dodge. I have the first 5 done, and this is what the individual valve covers look like. This is old school enough that it has one cover for each pair of rocker arms. And torque these to 18 foot-pounds. I'm going to go drive it around for a little while, get it warm, and then check the torque again. And the gaskets themselves, these kind of look like the state of Nevada with a little piece taken out. But the old O-rings were squished down so flat that I mistook them for just being part of the bolt and installed a couple of them without the O-ring. And then I realized my error and fixed it. So here's the old valve cover gaskets. They really don't look that old, but one of them, can't remember which one it was. One of them has a very large tear in it. Oh, here it is. Yeah, that right there, which was causing quite a bit of oil to leak out. Yes, I know it's an old truck. It's okay for it to leak a little bit of oil, but this was just a little bit too much for my liking. Let's check out the specs on this Dodge Ram Cummins turbo diesel, intercooled, 400 foot-pounds of torque, 160 horsepower, 360 cubes of displacement, made in America. It's worked the cemetery day. It's kind of misting at the moment, but got the field goal meter dialed in, and yeah, 70-20 is working for now. Fingers crossed we make it. I'm probably a third of the way done. There's only like 7 acres here, but it's not very smooth, and the excess of weeds is certainly not helping the situation. This stuff was really weedy. I don't know how much the corn made, but it couldn't have been very much. And the harrow really doesn't want to flow all that grass and stuff through, so got the harrow leaned way back, unfortunately. And there's no AC. It gets kind of warm. I got the 4020T started up, and I'm gonna go and tighten this drain line real quick, and then check out the pasture harrow situation, since that's what we're gonna use to drag this seed in up at the cemetery. All I gotta do to the 4020 real quick is tighten that fitting right there, because it's dripping a little bit of oil down on the air piping and whatever. But this 4020, man, she runs very nice now. It also looks different with the actual proper name spheres on it. For a long time, I just refused. I just was not going to do it. And instead, I opted to have the International Harvester 1086 on the side of it. You know, just because. This is the neighbor's pasture harrow that we're going to use. Yeah, feels like there's air. Oh, yeah. We're good to go. Okay, harrow secured. 4020 still in one piece. 7020 working for now. You're the problem child. Dad is taking the 9520 RX, the later model one. He's taking that one to Seidenstricker so that they can fix something, can't remember what. and he's going to pick up the 9620 RX that we haven't had for quite a while. I'm on my way to, well, I'm in the driveway of the old house or grandpa's house, whatever. But I'm going to grab the 7020, the field cultivator. I'm going to go down to and work a piece that's going to grass so that Nutrient can come and spread it this afternoon. Spread it with the seed and fertilizer. And then I'll drag it all in with a pasture harrow that we're borrowing from the neighbor. Well, this is working out pretty nice. I got to adjust my harrow a little bit and tighten up some of the actual harrows themselves, but I think I finally got the cultivator dialed in. Maybe go just a little, tip it just forward just a little bit more and see what that does, but we're running pretty good. Life is awesome right now. The neighbors are acting awfully sheepish today. No, that wasn't so hard. Don't pay attention to my headliner. Don't look at that. Anyways, that wasn't too bad. I still haven't made it home yet, but hopefully we get home without incident. Worked out pretty well without all the stringy corn stalks and whatever to go through. Field cultivator does a lot better. I just hope there's not a lot of traffic on as I'm taking it home. You know, I've looked for my water jug for quite a while, and I finally found it. It's still got something in it. Well, the rig is parked in its spot for the moment, and I don't know if Nutrient's gotten the other stuff spread yet. So until I know for sure, I'll take advantage of this spare time I have and take a check to town and see if I have any money. I know the answer I don't, but it's okay. I have some cool tractors. Okay, let's unfold this harrow and get to work. Wow, that was easy. Okay. I'm glad I had front weight on this thing. Doesn't even know it's back there. Okay, that wasn't so hard. Well, let's go down the road to the next one. Now I made it home. I'm going to get my 05 Dodge, put my hitch down, and then I'm going to go check out the place on make sure it's been spread before I go down there. Yeah, this whole turbo thing really woke the 4020 up. It was kind of slouchy beforehand, but now it's got plenty to get up and go. Well, Mike from Nutrient just called me and said, hey, the guy with the spreader is heading down to well, that's what I asked him to do, is let me know so that I could be down there and then be right behind him so that I've got as much daylight or twilight as possible to get this thing back home. Let's do a not so cold start. Oh, I'll be home in plenty of time. 2 tall Terrys out here getting the grass seed and everything spread. Typical deer, hard starting, but we got a solution for that. Okay. Hit it. Well, I guess this is an average day as a John Deere tractor. If it fits, it ships. It's really not big enough for both kitty cats, but I guess they're making it work. Oh, well, who's this? Is this May? The goodest girl ever. Unfortunately, we have to go ripping the bottom in March, which is not ideal under any circumstances at all. But it's supposed to rain this afternoon, so hopefully that'll help mellow out the gumbo. We got the 620 and the Kuhn Krause Dominator and the 520 and the vertical tillage tool. And we're going to take both of them down, one right after the other, we're gonna somehow chop up the gumbo. All that work we were doing at the bottom comes at a price, which is compaction. And it's very unnatural compaction, so that calls for unnatural methods of lifting the compaction, which is a ridiculously heavy ripper. So this may not make it onto YouTube, but we just picked this tractor up from the dealer, and there's a rod. Tried to play peekaboo, and did in fact play peekaboo on this side. There's a hole in the block right there. That's number 1 piston and connecting rod, and a bunch of shreds of something. So this is cool. Oh, and a ride on the highway too. Epic. I'm moving the 9510 and the ammonia bar back to the house, and Eddie from Side Trigger, he's already out there working on it. So hopefully we can get it off the road today.
Update on the 620 situation with the hole in the engine block. Here it comes. Had to pull drive shafts and some other things, I believe, to get it to move. With a 640. Here at my bin site. Just trying to get it in off the highway. Then get it loaded onto a truck. Get it back and figure out the next course of action. Feels like it's been a long day already. It's only noon. Things have not gone according to plan at all.
So I think Eddie got the tractor off the road, and now Dad's got the lowboy. He may not have made it out of the shed yet, but he got the lowboy. We're gonna go load it up on our trailer and take it to Side Trigger, because the earliest they were gonna be able to have a trailer is like tomorrow. So we're just gonna go ahead and do it. And I think they used like a metal push bar and pushed one tractor with the other all the way to our bin site, which wasn't that far. It was like a half mile. But yeah, we also found chunks of piston on the road. So this is a pretty major engine failure. I hope somebody will stand behind it. All right, here's the carnage. So if you drive past this scene on 61, just don't look. Well, it looks like they got the ripper unhooked, which is good. Jaden's right behind me in the 9510R. He's gonna take that back home, and I'm gonna observe trying to load this thing onto a trailer with a hole in the block. I mean, a big one. So here's some more of the carnage. So we've got the rod trying to come through right there. We picked up some pieces of engine on the highway, and we got a bunch of metal here. There's the hole. We'll do a more in-depth look at this at a later time. But we got everybody here. I hope nobody that's watching ever has to do this. Now, Jaden and I are taking the 9510 to Side Trigger because they had to work on this anyways. The 620 is just bonus work. And they're getting the very dead 9620 off the trailer. And yeah, no clue when we're gonna get an engine. So probably not gonna be using that this spring. Okay, let's try this MM thing again. Here goes Jaden in my truck. Man, it looks good. But Nutrien's out there getting the last of it spread, so yeah. Well, we're almost done. Thank goodness, because I can feel some raindrops starting to fall. But it's working pretty well. I just wish it were more square and less of a triangle, and that I had another hand. Oh, the 4020 sounds pretty good too. D-U-N, done. Now let's get home before it really starts to rain. Well, now that the 9620RX blew up, I figure we should find a replacement for it. So maybe this will be it. And 580 quad track. Oh, no PTO? I don't know. Or maybe we'll get a 715 quad track, or maybe a 9RX 830. A list price of $1.3 million.
So I'm working today on putting in a different Starfire receiver on this tractor. It's gonna be a 7000, 7500, whichever. That can do the integrated, or the Starfire RTK. You take this part out there, you put that in, and a couple things in the cab. But yeah, you see this big yellow dome. That's just a cover. The real guts of it are right here. I really never had one apart before. Okay, got the outside part done. In the cab, you pull the bezel off the radio, take the little storage compartment, goes right here out, and right up in there is the actual brain part, I guess. So pull a couple of cables out. Gotta take the antenna loose up there somewhere. Out right there. Undo 3 screws, take this one out, put the other one in, and that is it. Do a little update on the computer. That's all there is to it. Pretty simple, actually.
Yeah, it's a typical case of the Mondays. The fan belt on the 06 red Dodge, well, it decided to stop fan belting. So we got a new one. We're gonna get it put on real quick. We got the 8RX here in the shop. My lens is a little fuzzy. That's better. We got the 8RX and the planter in the shop. Going to do some work on that. Dad is finding that the power steering doesn't work very well when there's no power steering. Well, there is power steering. Dodge is providing the steering and he's providing the power. Okay, now we got it. All right, Jaden was having some muffler problems, so he just went ahead and cut the muffler off. So let's hear it. Oh, yeah! We got 2 of our tractors back. I don't think the 620 is going to be returning anytime soon. Oh, look at May being all cute. So we're heading to the bottom again with a different tractor on the same ripper. We're gonna see how far we can make it this time. First got to stop by the new place on 61 and rip the terraces where we built terraces, and they're 100% compacted dirt right now. So got to rip those to have any chance of growing a crop on it. So what a week. Well, I made it to precisely right here last time. Well, this went about as well as I could hope. This side, what is that? Oh yeah, there's roots all over this thing too because of, yeah. But this side, we built this terrace in December, and that actually worked out okay. But the other side, maybe not so much. The natural freezing and thawing action seems to be the best compaction reliever out there. Certainly better than dragging a ripper across something in March, but sometimes you just have no other choice. Now that I ripped over the areas where Rob and I ran the scraper, Jaden is going right behind me with the vertical tillage tool, or disc, or whatever you'd like to call it. And there's my lime pile, and he is chopping up the chunks. Now I'm gonna head home and take the gauge wheels off because they're screwed up again, and then go to the bottom. Maybe the title of this video should be Rest in Pieces, due to the 620 having issues and the ripper and, well, everything else. But it is a Monday after all. Now, old Dom here does a pretty good job. I think it does a better job than the Case IH disc ripper, but that's just my opinion. Excuse the dirty windshield, but this is pretty gang right here. Jaden's running the VT. Got the ripper. This isn't working down quite as well, but this is legitimate gumbo and not spoiled dirt. But he's chopping it up. Actually, I'm surprised with how well this is working. I had my doubts about spring ripping, and I still do, but we got to do it. And currently going like 3 miles an hour or less, probably less. Just to be sure we get our dog content. Here's May. She's a good girl. And here's the cat. May doesn't like it when you pet the cat instead of her. Oh, what? So earlier today, Jaden we had his truck in the shop. We're trying to fix a vibration in the exhaust. So the vibration in his exhaust ended up being one of the baffles in the muffler letting go and just sitting there and... But we fixed it. Yeah. And, you know, it actually sounds a lot better than I anticipated it sounding. I thought it was going to sound like some kid's car from the high school parking lot. But it actually sounds like it's supposed to have... Like that's the way it's supposed to be. So I don't know what we're gonna do with the exhaust now. Just throw it in the metal bin. But I'm gonna go ahead and put the torch and the welder away. But also, so the title of this video, right? Yeah, the 9620RX, it blew up, and the engine in that is the QSX15 Cummins. And the Cummins engines are known for vibrating and stuff trying to fall off. And what fell off this time was the connecting rod cap, like that goes on the bottom around the crankshaft. Yeah, those bolts fell out. Like they didn't break. They're just gone. They're in the oil pan somewhere. And that's not supposed to be like that. So... Eddie has taken some pictures. Eddie's the tech at John Deere, who's kind of in charge of this project now, but he's taking some pictures. He's passing this to the proper authorities to see if we could get some help on it. But yeah, it blew up. That was pretty cool. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Take care. Say hi, Dad.
Hi, Dad.